We are going to start with this particular workbook, with this data set. We want to learn one or two things from the date. Now, let's look at this data we have here. You can see that if you look at this data very well, you will see that we only have data in a single cell. Even though data look very long, but if you try to expand this, you see that you only have it in a single cell. Everything here is just one cell, not more than one cell. You see cell B, there's nothing here. Cell C, there's nothing there. We only have data in column A only. A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, and so on. So first thing we're going to do is to first split this. We're going to split all this into different columns. Can somebody tell us what to use? As a quick one. Can somebody tell us what to do now to split this into different columns? You can unmute and talk to me. Hello, can you unmute and talk? How do we split this?
That's to column.
That's a column, okay. Please guide me through it. You guide me through the arrangement, the split. I selected this column. No, what's happening? Come on.
Yeah.
No, wait. Okay. Data. Test to column.
Test to column. Yeah.
Okay. What do I choose?
You choose the delimited.
Delimited. Okay. Next. Okay. What option do I choose? What option do I choose now?
Not comma.
Not comma.
Not comma.
What are we going to use? Split it.
67 column now.
No problem. That's it. That is what I want us to learn here. It's good. That's how to learn. Look at this.
Okay.
Look at this. Oh, you can see this sign, this thing.
Yeah.
Can you see this straight line? Can you see it? In some laptop, like in my laptop now, you find it here beside Z.
Yeah.
Yes. If you check your laptop,
Shift.
either you find it. No, not shift. This sign. Can you see this line? This straight line.
Straight line.
This thing like a stick.
Yes.
Can you see it?
Okay. Yes.
Sometimes you can see it. If you can't find it in front of the date, you will find it
beside page up. On my own laptop, it's beside page up, before page up.
Even so, yes, beside page up.
Okay. In my own case, I have it beside Z. So I'm going to use. We are going to use that. That is what is used to split this. You see it in between all these lines. It's just like this. It's like this when you say, this is it. Can you see it? The straight line. This. Okay. So that's what we're going to use to split this. Okay, so I select column again. Exactly. So click on data, test to column, delimited. Next. Then you select others. Okay. Others, and you pick that item. Yeah, exactly. Okay. So you will see the sample of how your data is going to look like now. Can you see the sample now? It's going to split data based on this, because your data is splitted by this line form. So you can just hit finish, since we are going to use the same cell where we have it. Hit finish. That's all. Can you see the data now? Ready. So now we can delete this column. We don't need the column. We can delete this column now. Here we have this to be 1, 2, 3, and this one has turned themselves to dates. So what we do is we just need to change this one to numbers also. So you can just click on your home tab. click or we press Ctrl 1, either way. Go to general and hit OK.
For which one?
Those in my own case, this one they turn themselves to date. Can we see these two? We have this one to be number 101, 102. These are customer ID. This one cannot be customer ID. Can you see? They cannot be customer ID. So there are two ways by which you can do this. You can select this one and click on Home tab, click on Format this printer, and use Format Printer to format them. That's option 1. You remember our page special? We have pasted this format on them to clear them. That is option 1. Option 2 is to go to your Home tab, select your press Ctrl 1, click on General and click OK. The general number does not have any format. When you click on general, it does not have any format. Is that clear now? So we have the numbers ready. So let me remove this row. Now our data is ready now for whatever we want to do. So what we have here, where we are going actually is the date. I just used that one. I just used that one to explain how to split our data in another way when you don't have comma. When you don't have something, when you don't have comma, you don't have a space, you don't have all those things. So we can use something like that. Use others to split your data. So what we want to look at now is actually the date. Look at this data. This is customer folder or customer file or something like that. We have the name of first name of customer, last name of customer, the phone numbers, address, this, and date of birth. Now, where we are going actually is this. So this date of birth, if you look at this date very well, in some cases, okay, let's see if Excel is seeing this as a date or not. Let's see if Excel is seeing this thing as a date or not. So I'm selecting this, press Ctrl 1, and take this date here and click OK. It's not changing. You see what I did? I press Ctrl 1. I selected this format. I want to change the format of my date to this format. And hit OK. See what happened? It's not responding to me. Why? Because if you look at my system date, 13/9/23, this one is DMY, date, month, year. But in this case, we have year, month, and day. Can you notice that? So my Excel does not recognize this as a date, as it is now. It doesn't recognize this as date. So we're going to perform small magic to turn this thing to date. So first thing we are going to do is go back to your data tab, click on text to column again. This time around, we are not splitting anything. The only thing we just need to know is to know that look at this format very well. I said this format is year, right? Month and date. YMD. Look at this word very well. YMD. Can you see that? Now, I will select this date now. Go back to my data tab. Click on text to column. I just next again. Now here, this place now, I'm going to select dates. Can you see date now? Now I will now change this format to what? YMD. I'm telling Excel that this thing you are looking at is not just ordinary number, it's date. And I'm telling you that this date is in this format. I can click finish now, and it will become dates. Now Excel can recognize this as a date. Now let me quickly take you through the process again. Ctrl Z. Everybody now, if you want to work with me now, go ahead and split your column first. Yeah, split your column now. Let's start there. Let's start from there. quickly, everyone. Select this column A. Column A, go to the data tab and click text to column. Delimited, next, and choose others. So put this sign in the box provided for others. So that is because we don't, it's not tab, it's not semicolon, it's not comma, it's not space. So put this sign and click on next, or you just finish. Click on finish straight away. Okay. So that is the first thing we did. Any problem with that? I'm sure no problem. Okay. We can move on. Then I'm deleting this row. This row where we have dash, dash, dash. I want to delete, it's not we don't need it. So I'm deleting it. I select the entire row and I delete. Now, so these two that we have here, I use this 101 to format it. I click on Home tab, click on Format Painter Brush, and I place on them. So they become number. Next thing now is my date. My Excel. So if your Excel recognizes as a date, no problem. How do you know if it's a date or not? You can press Ctrl+Shift+3. Ctrl+Shift+3. If it's the date, it will convert to the date on your system. Or you go to Home tab or click on Ctrl+1 and select date format here. Click on date, select a date format and click OK. If it works, that means your Excel recognizes it as date. If it doesn't work, then you have to follow the step I'm taking you through now. Are you set? If you are set, type yes or respond with yes. You are set?
Yes.
Listen, I don't know why I'm not able to change this thing from text to column.
I don't know. I just select the column. Maybe you have clicked on something. Maybe you have clicked on the cell. Select the entire column first.
Okay, the entire column A. I selected column A down.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to paste it at A1, right?
Don't select anything. Don't copy. Don't copy anything now. Just select. Have you splitted your data?
No, I'm trying to split it with comma, but it's not.
It's not comma now. I've said it. It's not comma. We didn't use comma. Yeah. What you have between them is not comma. That's why I use that example. What you have between them is not comma. You have this sign there. This is what you have between them. This shift, this sign. This sign is what you have that to split them. Can you see what you use to split them?
Yeah.
You click others. You click others.
Okay.
And inside that box, you put this sign there.
Okay.
Can you see the sign on your keyboard?
Yes, after inside the box. Okay.
So inside that box, and you click OK.
Thank you.
Is this splitted now, right?
But where am I going to paste it? I should click destination.
Just click finish. Just click finish. Don't worry. Don't paste anywhere.
He said it's ready data here. Do you want to replace?
Okay. Click OK.
Done.
Don't worry. Great job. Great job. Okay, now, like I said, next thing now is what? Date of birth. Look at this day very well. Press Ctrl+Shift+3. Ctrl+Shift+3. Press Ctrl+Shift+3. If your date did not move to the left, to the right here, just like if you didn't move to the right, and it's staying, if you don't move to the right, that means Excel is not seen as a date. Press Ctrl or Shift+3 together. That is date format. Press the 3. Select this row and press Ctrl+Shift+3. If it doesn't work, it means your date is not date with Excel. Now, what you need to do now is try to understand this date. This date is what? The format of this date. Can you tell me, Madam Amida? What is the format of this date?
That is a year, month, date.
YMD.
Year, month,
this is what you need to know.
YMD.
So when you have if you have an issue with your date in Excel and Excel is not recognized as a date, just try to understand this format. It can be MDY, it can be DMY, it can be anything. Try to understand the format, your date yourself. Once you understand your date, no problem. Select that date, go to Data tab, click on Text to Column. Text to Column.
Okay.
Refuse to answer me. Data tab, Text to Column. What's happening? Okay. Again. Data tab and text to column. Okay, let me save something. Okay, no problem. Just select it on from your own side. Let text to column. Is this angle? I need to do some cleaning on it. Okay, no problem, sir. It's not responding at all to me. It's okay. So select your own. Click on text to column. Have you done that? Have you done that? Text to column. Click on next.
Yes.
And next. So where you see
Yes.
general, text, and date, just click on date. You see general and date, just click on date.
Yes. The date we have MDY here.
Yeah, change that date to DMY.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry, change to YMD rather. Change that date to YMD and click finish.
YMD.
Yes. Okay. Click on date and change to YMD. Since your date is YMD here, you have to tell Excel that this thing you are looking at is date. You get it now? Excel does not know that this is the date. You are telling him that this date, this thing you are seeing is YMD, and click finish. Excel will understand it and treat it accordingly.
Excuse
you get
me.
it now?
Customer ID is starting from B. Why is it like that?
I deleted the first column. It's empty column.
Okay.
There's a space before the line. You can also delete it also.
Okay.
So what we are doing now is a date of birth. I click on date of birth, data tab, text to column. Look at my screen. Next and next. Under date here, I select date and I change this date to what? YMD. YMD. And I click finish. Now my date is ready as date. Can you see my date now?
With year.
Your own is there. Have you changed it? Have you used the text to column to finish it?
Now, and it's still 5:15. I've changed it to YMD.
And
but
click finish. Have you clicked finish?
I click finish. Let me do it again.
Yeah. When you click on it and check your system date. Is it YMD?
My system date, yeah, no. MD.
MDY. So you must your solution must be like MDY or something like that.
Okay, when date of the system, right?
Yeah, it will use your format, the system date most of the time. So okay, that's good. So we have done that. So the next thing we want to do now is sometimes when you work with data, like with date, there are certain things we need to extract here. How do we extract month from this data? How do we extract year from this data? How do we extract weekday from this data, and now do we extract age. We're going to stop here. We're going to do this for an age. The first thing I'm going to extract here is what? We are going to extract month, right? Click on month, open the bracket and put the date inside it. So we have our date to be what? To be 5. That is month 5. That's month number. That's what? Month number. That's the first thing. Now, okay, I'm inserting another column here. But how do we insert month name? Month name. How do we get the month name out? The month name with what? We're going to use another function called text function. I type text function, I open the bracket, and I select this date. Please look at this very well. After the date, comma, then I put double quote, then I can now type MMM 3 times or 4 times. Anyone?
I'm not seeing what you are pressing.
Okay. Okay. Can you see it now? If you cannot see my screen, no problem. That means I inserted column for month name. Then I can say, okay, month, open the bracket, I put the date inside it, and I put comma, double quote, MMM. I type M 3 times, and I close the bracket, and I hit OK. Oh, sorry, it's not month, it's text function. We have used month already. Text function, text. This text function. You select the date and you put the format in MMM. So you can see now we now have month as what? As May. Can you try it out? That's how to use text function to get your day, your month rather. Text function. So please note that, because sometimes when you are doing analysis, you want to analyze based on the month, maybe a particular month. Maybe you want to analyze based on a particular month. You can actually you can use text function to extract all your months out. Okay, so the same thing applicable to weekday too. Look at weekday here. You can use the same text function. Text, we pick our date, we put comma, and double quote, you put DDD 3 times or 4 times. Close the bracket, see what you have. You can see the day here. The weekday, each of them falls into. So that is the text function. Text function.
Hello.
Hello.
Please, do I need to copy it down or we'll do it each time for 1, 2, 3, 4?
Just copy it down. No. When you do it, when you do one, you can just copy it down. I just show you this as so that you can know how I got that. So you can see the formula very well. So
there's only January copied down. No, everything is just January downward.
No, wow.
The first was January, so I'm trying to copy down, but it's still showing January for everything.
No, it cannot. Even the first one is not January, it's May. January is May.
I clicked on it now. Why?
Are you sure you are using? Are you sure you are using the date of birth? Are you sure
you
are using date of birth?
Yes, 5/1985. Or is it okay? Or is it because of the orientation
and
of
select the date of birth?
Okay.
No. If your date is correct, equals to text first. Equals to text. Have you tried that? Equals to text. Open the bracket. Select the date and type comma. After the date, put comma. Put comma. Then double quote. MMM 3 times. And close the bracket. Put MMM inside double quote. Don't forget.
Okay.
And close the bracket.
It has May.
So that's it. So the same method you use for May, for month, you're going to use it for weekday also. But in that case, instead of using MMM, you're going to use DDD, either 3 times or 4 times. Yeah.
Okay.
So for year function, now for year, look at this. We're going to use year function to extract year. My screen equals to year. Open the bracket and put the year inside and close the bracket. Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Then close the bracket. Okay. Equals to year. Put the bracket, put the date inside it, and then close the bracket. Why? What's wrong with this MISD tonight? Year function, open the bracket, select your date, and close the bracket. What's wrong with it? Okay. Nothing wrong with myself tonight. There's something wrong with it. Okay, have you done that from your hand? Were you able to do it? Put your
it's just year, J2, the date.
Yeah.
Is it after that we close the bracket?
Yes, after I just close the bracket, that's one.
So it has bring it worked there. 1965.
Yeah, it should work. Put the year, close the bracket, and hit enter. So that is how to extract your year.
Yeah, okay.
So you can extract the year with this. And finally, we want to look at age. Now, to use age function, we are going to use a function called DATEDIF. DATEDIF, the date difference. Date difference. Unlike other Excel functions, date difference is not Excel function really, but it's working in Excel, and that is the best method you can use to extract age. That is the best method you can use to extract what? Age. Now, DATEDIF. I click on DATEDIF now. Then the first thing I'm going to do is what? The earliest date. This is the earliest date, right? The next date is what? Is today function. You know, we want to know how the age as of today, right? We use today function. the bracket and close the bracket. That will give you today's date. The earliest date, today's date, and the next thing is what? Y. Put Y in double quote. 3 things. The old date, that is the earliest date. Assuming you want to find difference between this date and another date, you can just select the other date here. But in this case, you want to find today's, you want to know the year, age as of today. So there's function in Excel called today function. If I type equals to today, and I open and close this bracket, it will give me today's date. Can you see? This is today's date. By using what? Equals to today. Open and close. Enter. Just open and close bracket. So in this case, we just use equals to DATEDIF. Put the bracket. The earliest date, comma, today's date, today, open and close, comma, and put double quote, Y, double quote. Close the bracket and hit enter. So it's going to give you the age of each of them one by one. Are we okay with that?
Yes.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Please,
hello.
I want to ask, since we are on this age now, there is one that you said if you want to know the age as at present now, I want to ask the use of the year frag. Is it related to finding the year as well?
Year frag will not give you the exact age. It will give you 38 point something. Okay. And when you are writing age, you don't write age in decimal. Okay. You get that? So DATEDIF is the best formula to get date in Excel. The other one will give you, if you use year frag will give you that. So you have to apply another function, change it from decimal to just whole number. You get that?
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome, sir. So that is all about what we want to learn in this case, because when you are doing analysis, you are likely to have need for this: age, weekday, week, month. You get that? All these ones, you are likely to have need for them. You want to analyze monthly basis, on weekly basis. You want to see weekend, weekday, and other things like that. You get that? So that is that. So the other thing I want to learn today is the one we left here also. On the workbook we have date and logical functions now. So we want to look at. So I hope we have opened that one also. The Excel Day 3B, the one we did on last Sunday. 3B, have you opened it?
Have we done the correction of the classwork in it? Of the assignment?
Nobody has submitted now. I didn't see. You can send to my email. You can send to WhatsApp. If you submit, then we can do the assignment, the correction. If you don't submit, there's no way I can
to extract your mail from the Bratu concept, whatever. But I cannot see mail there. Or are we supposed to drop it inside the Google Classroom?
You can drop in Google Classroom. You can send to my email. You can send to my WhatsApp. Anyone you like.
Okay.
Just submit and let me know his assignment.
Okay.
Because it's only when you practice that you can have challenge, and that's when we can solve problem.
Yeah, I have to challenge it.
If I'm teaching you everything, I'll not be able to learn. Get that? Okay.
But we do correct.
No problem.
Because of some aspects we don't get.
No problem.
Okay.
We are going to learn it together. Okay, good. Now, we have these functions called logical functions. If you go to your formula tab and under logical functions, you see all these functions there. All these are part of what? Logical functions. Can you see them? So, but for the purpose of this class, we're going to learn like 3 of them. We're going to learn AND function, because sometimes when you are doing analysis, you are going to need AND, especially when you have more than one criteria to manage. Look at this. We want to know if somebody pass or fail. Anybody that score 50 in 3 subjects is pass. Anybody that score 50 in the 3 subject is what? Is pass. So if he fail one subject, it's not pass. You get that now? So I'm going to use now. How do we do that? Just type AND. Select the first cell. You open the bracket. The first cell greater than 50, comma. That's what I did. I select C14 greater than 50 or greater than or equals to, since 150 to be included, no problem. Greater or equals to 50, comma. The second one also, this cell is greater than or equals to 50, comma. Third one, greater than or equals to 50. Then I close the bracket. What I've done now is that I'm telling you that this one greater than 50 and this. We are saying that the 3 of them are what? Are greater than 50. Let me hit enter. As I say false, it's false. One of them does not meet the criteria. So when one of them does not meet criteria, we have false as response. Let me drag this down. You can see some true here. If you look at the true, you can see that this guy meets all the criteria. Look at false here. One of them did not meet the criteria. That is how to use AND function. And can you try it now? Equals to AND. Select the first cell, then greater than or equals to 50, comma. That's logic 1. That's logic 1. Then select the second logical, the second text greater than or equals to what? 50, comma. And the third one, this cell is greater than or equals to 50. Then we'll close the bracket.
Please, why am I not,
enter. So now that is, you can see that it will respond. If it meets the criteria, you have true. If one of them did not meet the criteria, you have false. So you can see directly who passed and who failed, who does not meet the criteria, who fails. That's how to use AND function. Any question on that?
Please, I was logged out too. I was logged out by a network. I just entered back.
So come back. Look at the formula.
Yes.
AND equals to AND function. Open the bracket. The first cell greater than or equal to 50, comma. Second cell greater than or equal to 50, comma. The third one also greater than or equal to 50, comma, and close the bracket. So if the 3 of them meet the criteria, you're going to get true. If one of them does not meet the criteria, you're going to get false. It means the 3 must meet the criteria when you are using AND as a logical function. If you fail one, it does not meet the criteria, it's going to get false. So it's equals to AND, then you open your bracket. You pick them one by one, each logical function one by one. Logical 1, comma, logical 2, comma, logical 3, comma. It's based on logic. You want to know, and the logic there is about greater than, less than, equals to. Those are the logic there. Greater than, less than, equals to. or not equals to. Okay, so in the opposite, let's assuming that if somebody pass any of this, we only want somebody who score 50 in any of these courses. Here you must have 50 in the 3 courses before you can be recognized as a pass. But from the or, if you pass this or this or this, you have passed. So in that case, when you have or, what do we use? We start with or function. So this one is greater than or equals to 50, comma, or this one is greater than or equals to 50, comma, or this one is greater than or equals to 50. Just the same way we type the first formula, we're going to repeat the same thing. But in this case, Excel is going to treat them separately. Either you pass this or this or this. Enter. It means this guy passed at least one of them. You see, we have true. Let me copy it down. This is false because this does not meet any of the criteria. It failed the 3 courses. If you pass just one, you're going to count it n as true because we use what? Or function. Am I communicating? Am I communicating at all?
I've not grabbed it yet, yeah. Oh, so we'll be pressing or after comma, Abby?
No. Look at my formula. There's no or am I formula. Are you using phone to follow or you're using laptop?
I'm using phone to follow, but I'm pressing laptop too.
Use laptop to be following classes. See, when you are using
the
phone,
network
you'll be distracted.
Connecting well.
Okay.
But the network is not connecting well.
Okay. Try and use if you can get better network. It's always good to use your laptop so that you can see what we are doing very well. Phone is very small, and you'll be looking at the phone, looking at screen, looking at the phone, looking at screen. It will distract you.
Okay.
So when you are looking at screen, look at screen. When you want to practice, minimize this and start working. That's the best way to follow the class. If you are using 2 screen, phone and screen, you'll be distracted most of the time, and you will not see clearly what we are doing. The phone screen is always too small.
Yes.
It's always too small. So try to connect your internet to your laptop next time.
Okay.
Use Team on your laptop. That is what I would recommend for you.
Okay.
So you can see clearly what we are doing. In case of phone, you have to expand it. Sometimes you have to use your hand to expand the screen. Redo the screen. So scroll up, scroll down. So that's how to use or function. You do it one by one. You start your function with or, and you now say, okay, you put the first logical function, logical test. This is greater than 50, comma. This is greater than 50, comma. This is greater than 50, and close the bracket. So if any of them meet the criteria, it's going to return true, because the instruction is like you are saying you are telling somebody if you pass any of this, if you meet 50 in any of them, it's passed. But here you must pass all of them. This and this and this must be above 50. But here, this or this or this, that's the meaning of this or function that you have at the beginning. It means this or this or this, either of them, any of them must be above 50. That's the meaning of this or function, and that's the meaning of and function here too. Okay, now let's now go to where we want to use the formula. This and or, when you are doing analysis, you may not really use and alone, and you may not use or alone. We are going to use them inside formula. You can see that we say true and false. You can have true or false there. But what do you want to return if it is true, or what do you want to return if it is false? What I want to learn now, and then in that case, I'm going to learn if function. If function. If Not if. If.
Okay.
If.
Yes.
If function. What we want to learn here is if function has 3 arguments. If you send somebody to go and buy something for you. Maybe go and buy bread for me. If Mama Sidi asks Akara, buy bread. If no uncle, if she does because you put a condition. If she asks Akara, buy bread. You get that? That means if no, what do you want? Buy Gary or bring my money. You get that? Is that clear?
Yeah.
That's how if function works. If you get this thing, buy this or do this. If you see him, if you meet him, tell him to see me. Otherwise, call his brother. 3 things. If something happen, do this. Otherwise, do something else. That's just how it works. Now let's see. Now I want to do this now. If the staff is full time, if the status is full time, right? I want to give 10% bonus. 10% bonus. Otherwise, nothing. That's what we want to do now. We want to test if the status of this staff is what? Is full time. What do you want? We will give them 10%. For other ones, there's what? Nothing, nothing. So let's see that how it's going to work. Equals to if. Can you see our 3 function now? Logical test. If true, if false. So what is our logical test? This tells if this one equals to double quote full time. Please, you must type it exactly the way it is typed though.
The screen is still here. Network.
Full time and double quote. If C34 equals to, you put full time in double quote. If C34 equals to full time, comma, what do you want? You want to give 10% times salary, comma. Otherwise, nothing Abi. How do you type nothing in Excel? Double quote twice. Double quote twice. Just put double quote twice. That's all. That's how to type nothing. Enter.
Your system is
so
freezing.
My system is freezing. Wow. Okay.
Sorry.
I can't see your salary.
Have you seen my screen? Have you seen my cursor moving?
I got up to if C34 is equal to apostrophe
Can you
full
see my
time.
cursor? Can you see my cursor? Can you see my cursor moving? Is my cursor moving?
I see your
Can you see my
cursor, but I see your cursor. So I want it to go to 10%
Where's my cursor
times
now?
salary.
Where's my cursor now? Please.
It's on 38. I38.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Oh no. K38.
G24.
Where's your cursor? I can't see. Can you hover it around a bit? Okay, now it's on K38.
Who else can see K38? Can somebody else see K38?
No. I'm still looking for salary, Sha.
I can see it on G24. G34.
If you can see K38, talk. Let's know if you can see K38.
Yes, I can.
J38 is where
Okay.
I can see.
Okay,
That's
another
the row
person.
now.
I can't see it on J30.
So that means it's from your hand.
What is
If you
it?
cannot see K38, it's from your hand there. If other people can see K38 from me, that means it's from your hand. You can
I can
exit and
see
return
it,
again.
but that 10% times salary now, I don't know what
don't
clicked
worry.
on.
Don't worry.
This
Don't worry.
Mhm.
I will
this
explain.
year, maybe that's why.
I will explain. I just want to be sure that you can see my screen first. If
can't
I'm explaining and you can't see my screen, nothing is like we're doing nothing. Okay, now I'm doing it again now. Look at my screen again. Equals to if bracket. Our logical test is that this cell must be what? Must be full time.
Full
So you can
time,
say
that's it.
equals to double quote
Full time.
full time and double quote again, comma. If this equals what? Full time, what do you want?
Then 10%
multiplied by is the salary.
2018 salary, okay?
Okay.
Comma. Otherwise, if it is false, what do you want? Empty, right? I said when you want to type empty, just type double quote twice.
Comma.
Double quote just twice and close the bracket.
Double quote
twice.
This is double and bracket. And enter, right?
Yeah, enter. What do you get there?
2455.00.
Exactly.
2455.
That is how to use if function. If something happen, do this. If not, do this.
So how are you not going to drag it for everybody now?
Just drag now. You can just drag. You can drag anyway. You can drag like that. You can see all these guys, they are empty. Because you put double quote twice. When you use double quote twice, it means empty. Leave it blank. That's blank.
Yeah, nothing is doing. Okay, it's okay. I'll figure it out. I'm doing it with my hand. I don't have my mouse. I don't know how to drag.
Okay. And you can just see, you know how to drag. Select the first one. Hello. Select the first one.
Yeah.
Double so shift and arrow down and press Ctrl D.
Oh, okay. It has done now. It's done now.
Yeah.
I dragged with Ctrl D. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me go
Please,
back
after 100% time salary, what else?
Double quote twice.
Double quote twice.
Means that empty. That when there's nothing between the double quote, it's going to leave the place empty.
So there will not be comma after G34, right?
Okay, Ctrl D
drag.
Oh,
coming up now.
Okay, the second G34, yeah, there is. Let me expand this for you.
This thing is like mathematics. So good. I have to cram all this formula in your head.
No, it's not. You don't cram anything, please. That's why I explained.
No, it's the language. No, what I'm thinking is the language. Like it has a language.
Yeah. You say if something happen, do this. Yeah. If something happen, don't cram it. There's nothing you are cramming here. Look at it very well. If sit at the equals to full time.
From the column of full time is this.
Something. If this is full time, comma. What do you want? You type it out.
I want 10%
what do you want?
of the salary. Yeah.
Comma. If it is false, you want nothing. Double quote. That's all. It's as simple as that. Let me cut this. Let me cut this for you and place it somewhere here so that you can see it clearly. That is how to use. That is the first formula. Okay, let me do another one now. Let me do another one for you again. This time around, if the year in service, year in service is greater than 10 years. 10 years. is greater than 10 years.
10 years.
Yeah, we'll give it, we say, qualified. Otherwise, not qualified. Not qualified. Can somebody get it? Can somebody take me through how I'm going to write this formula? If the year in service greater than 10, we want it to be qualified. We want to see qualified here. Otherwise, we want to see not qualified.
Okay.
Equals to, yes.
Equals to if.
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 Bracket.
I've opened the bracket, yes.
Yes. 10 years.
If what?
Yeah, greater than 10. So years, you've pushed years
okay.
now. That's
if year
yes
greater than 10.
F34.
Comma. Okay, what do you want?
Greater than
10, comma.
So
if it's
sometimes qualified, something times.
You have to. There's no times anything. I just say qualified. You just put double quote and type qualified. Yeah.
Double quote.
Okay.
Sorry. After the comma.
Double quotes that represents nothing is what we used to start. Double quotes that represents nothing the other time is what we used to start this one.
No.
Okay, just one, only one.
Double quote twice. Yeah. When you put twice.
Yeah, once now. Okay, you're right. Okay.
Qualified.
Qualified.
Double quote again. You can see that we put double quote twice now. Inside, we put qualified inside double quote. I put comma.
Yeah.
So after your qualified, what next thing you put comma? Except we now ask if it's false. Double quote again, and we type not qualified.
Not
double quote again, and close the bracket.
Qualified.
So those are the way. That is another example of how to use if function. So let me click enter. Now you can see this guy is not qualified. Can you see 9 years? If I copy this down now, select this one, use your scroll shift and arrow down, and press Ctrl D. Can you see the guys, those that are qualified and those that are not qualified? So which means that it's not always every time you have to put formula there, function there, times something. You can type text. You can use text as your response if something happens. If it pass, type passed. If you fail, type fail. That's simple as that. Okay.
Yeah, I was just going to ask, how do you put pass and fail? Instead of using true and false the other time, I was going to ask you pass and fail. But it's okay, you've explained it. You can put anything.
It's under if. This is where you can put. You cannot use pass and fail under when there's no if. If it is true, it is when you are using if function that you cannot put pass or fail here. For example, in this case now, in this our case here, what do? You come here, you type if at the beginning.
Yes.
If open the bracket. So if this thing happen, comma, can you see now? That's your logical test. Everything here is what? Is a logical test. All these all function that you have. If it is true, type pass. Double quote, comma. If it is false, fail. Double quote again. And close the bracket. You can see that this all function, this all is our logical test now. Everything inside this all is our logical test. Click enter. You can see there, this is pass and this is fail. All this, you see fail and pass. You just wrap the function. What is if? You already have the true or false there. We are now saying that, okay, if it is true, what do you want? If this function is true, give us this. If it is false, return this. Let's look at this example again. if the staff is full time, and the year in service is greater than 10 years together now, greater than 10 years, we're going to give him 20% bonus. Otherwise, we want to see no bonus.
Full time if that's okay, full time.
No bonus.
See that
Now
put the thing.
No bonus. So what I'm going to do now is what? Now, the first thing we're going to do is we start with if function. If look at my screen, please. The bracket. Our logical test is that if it meets any of these criteria, full time or greater than 10 years, right? What do we do? Just come to this and type or function first. You start your logical function with or. If this one equals to, you can type, since we already have full time type here, you can select this and put it in F4, comma. That's a false argument. If this one equals to what? Full time, or the year here is greater than 10, again, put also in F4 and we'll close the bracket. That we are done with our OR function now. We are done with our OR function now. The two functions are there. Full time equals to this, and this one equals to what? Greater than 10. So if it is true, what do you want? You want 20%? Have this 20%. Therefore, multiply by salary. That instead of typing the figure now, I'm just picking them and I'm putting them in F4. Otherwise, have what? No bonus.
24, otherwise, no bonus.
I will close the bracket. Enter. So instead of typing them out, I was clicking them instead.
If or
yeah,
C34. What's that one besides C34?
Please, I'm lost.
What's that one?
Is not
There's one besides C34. Full time. After full time.
I just put in, okay, no, but without after full time.
After full time, if or the person is full time, then the next thing.
Or 10, or the year in service is greater than 10.
Yeah, but that's F34. There's something in between C34 and F34. If you click on that bonus again, back to the formula on 34, J34.
On the formula?
Click on J34. Yes, to see the formula, double click on the, okay, it's up there, so I can see it. Now, if now C34 full time, then there's something there, maybe like a dollar sign, something 27 before F34. That's the one in red.
Yeah, I put in F4, the full time here. This is it.
I C34, I go full time. Then there's $1.
Look at my screen again. Look at my screen again, please. Look at what I'm doing again. If with the bracket or
yeah, I got that. Yeah.
The bracket. Please look at what I'm doing here. I said if this
Yeah.
equals to full time. Instead of typing full time, I pick full time here.
Of course, yeah.
And I
How
press
did that
F4. F4. Remember our absolute
Oh,
reference.
F4, right. Okay, F4.
Because when we copy this formula down, we don't want to leave this. We want everything to point to this full time. You get that now? Because we cannot be typing full time every time. So we want to point to this full time here, and we put in what? In F4. The second one again, if the age is greater than what? 10. Put 10 also in what? F4. Looking to, comma. That's the second one, right? Okay, I think those are the two arguments we have. Put the bracket. Now, if it is true, what do we want? 20%. Okay, I pick 20% from here. 20%. F4 again. Times what? Times this amount here. Oh, I've changed something. I've changed something. I'm supposed to pick this C35. Let me change to 35. And this one 35 also. Because I'm on the second row. 35. Okay, yeah, the same row now. This times 35, comma. Otherwise, what do I want? I want no bonus. Close the bracket, enter. So that's all we did. We just put them in double quote. Instead of typing the equals to this out, we pick the figure from here, but we put them in F4. Yeah. This greater than this equals to full time. We put this one in F4. The other one, 13 greater than what? 10. We put in what? F4 as absolute reference. And 20% is what? Also in F4. Even the no bonus, we can put in F4 also. Otherwise, pick no bonus here and put in F4. Then close the bracket. So if you copy this down now, whoever does not meet the criteria, we have no bonus. Because we spell it out, there's no bonus.
Is there any other shortcut for F4? Control, it has to be F4.
If F4 is not working on your system, you use function F4. If your system is not working, you use function F4. Use function F4 if that's our system. If or now, I'm going to put it there.
Okay, practice it.
So that is second one. So the same thing, the same way we did or and or, they are the same thing, except that the rule has to be the same. You have, let's say you want to use the same thing here. In this case, it means that they must fulfill the two conditions. So just the same formula, if and, it means that they must be full time and they must be above 10 years. Two things must happen. And this function, this must equals to full time in absolute reference, comma, and the year must be greater than what? By 10. Absolute reference also, comma. Then what do you want? 20% in F4 multiplied by this, comma. Otherwise, no bonus. Then we'll close F4 also. and close the bracket. Formula is meeting and opening parentheses. Where? Okay. Oh, there's bracket here. Before we pick the response here. Sorry. After the hand function. So enter box. Will anybody be able to meet the criteria? Ah, only 2 people. Wow. Other person will meet the criteria. We'll have only this guy is a full-time and 13 years. This other guy is full-time and 18 years. Please, a minute, please. Give me a minute. Coming. Let me put on my gen.
Please, am I the only one that is only seeing the contact on the screen?
You are not the only one, no.
Okay.
I think he said he went to switch on his gen, so he's coming back.
Okay, okay.
Okay. Okay, so finally, I'm going to look at the final one, which is nested if.
Sorry.
Okay.
Mr. Wayo. That if or, can you help us click on that, the first no bonus? No bonus.
First no bonus. Okay, this one?
Yes. So we are saying that if C37, yeah, C37 equal to full time, or F37 greater than 10, or greater than what? That's J30.
Okay.
I think that thing is F4.
No, you didn't
no.
put F4. There's an issue there.
Wait. You're right. I'm seeing something truly. Something here. Hold on. Let's see this function. Okay. I didn't put F4 here. Right?
Yes.
Oh, I pressed F4 twice.
Okay, you press it twice. Okay.
It should be $J.24. Have you seen now?
Okay.
Exactly. That's why I said the knowledge of absolute reference will be repeating it every time. We'll be using it every time. Have you seen now?
Like I said, $J. If I want to, I can type $J by myself now. Put
yes,
dollar, put J.
Yes, you can type
$J, what did you call it now?
$J.27.
$J27.
$J.27 and $J.28. and $J, $29, and $G, $30. Each of those ones add dollar.
$J, $28. Okay.
So let me recopy the formula here. Formula is no longer correct. Let me recopy this formula. See V now. Okay, good. So the same way we get that, that's how we do and also. So or and hand, they follow the same pattern. So, but this one I want to learn now is different from them. Nested if. Nested if. We use nested if when you want to grade, when you want to create a kind of grade between a particular group. For example, let's say we want anybody between above 15 years, greater than 15 years, we want them to be what? Old staff. Above 10 years, we want them to be what? Executive. And any other person below that, new staff. I'm using that example now. In some cases, like in our date case, we can say, okay, we want to group these people. Anybody between above 50, we want to name them this. Anybody above 30, they are teenagers. Anybody above, there's a way you can group the list. So when you have a kind of grouping like that, you have two things you can use. You can use nested if or VLOOKUP. But in this today now, we are learning how to use nested if. Most of us who are accountants, when you see your formula of payee, you see nested if there in your payee formula. If this, if, and if, you see comma, you just see very long formula. That is nested if. So let's see how nested if work. We have just 3 grades here: old staff, executive, new staff. We want to use their years in service to get that. So let's go. If the year is greater than 15, comma, what do you want? What do you want? Old staff. Old staff. Double quote. Now, if instead of typing if first now, we will not go to if first. We will not type the comma. We just type it. We start again. If. No. Let's comma. Okay. We start again with if again. If year, we pick that year again, is greater than 10, comma. What do you want now? Executive. Executive. Double quote. We have secured the first one. If this is greater than 15, old staff, comma. If this is greater than 10, executive, comma. Now we don't have any other criteria again. So if it doesn't meet the 2 criteria, then new staff. New staff. Double quote and close bracket. Since we have 2 if, there's if a, there's if a. You can just close the bracket twice and hit enter. I'll copy it down now. So you see it will group them to where they belong. We have the new staff, we have the old staff, we have executive. Based on their years in service or their experience at work. Is it clear? Or let me do it once again. Let me do it again. If equals to if the year in service is greater than 15 years, 15, comma, what do you want? You want old staff, quote, comma. Now, instead of go to if first, now you start again. Start the journey again. If this again is greater than 10. So except we understand that you are talking of the same, you are still talking about the same thing, except we group them as it is. So we have this to be what? To be executive. Now, there's nothing again we are looking for. If it is false, we can now say new step. Then we close the bracket twice because we have two ifs. It twice. So I'm going to copy this down. Bam, we have all our stuff here. Good job. Now we have everything ready. New staff, executive, old staff. That's how to use nested if. Any question? So I'm going to send an assignment to us via Google Classroom and WhatsApp. It's a very comprehensive assignment. It will test some of the knowledge you have learned so far. Except for VLOOKUP. We've not learned VLOOKUP. That's what we're going to learn on Saturday. I will look at it. Where you have VLOOKUP, you may jump that. But I don't think I have VLOOKUP in that assignment myself. I will send the assignment to you, sir. And let's see how far you can go about that. You know, this journey is a critical journey. So you have to take your time and practice and work. Like somebody has in a group, after 6 weeks, can we work as data analyst? After 8 weeks, yeah, you can work as an analyst. But you must understand what you want to say, or what you want to do rather. So, and to understand, you must practice. You know, this is not a theory class where you go and be telling somebody, they want to see what you have done or what you can do. It's not a class where they will sit down and be asking you a question. What is VLOOKUP? What is nobody will ask you what is VLOOKUP? What is pivot table? Nobody will ask what is if function. No, apply if function to solution. Solve the problem for us. Let's see how far you can go. Solve problem. You know, we are problem solver, data analyst. We are problem solvers. We want to solve problems as many as possible. So, thank you very much. I will share the video with you so that we can practice with it, in case we miss anything. And we'll move from there next Saturday. So we meet on Saturday by God's grace, 10 a.m.
Night.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Kim. Good night, everyone.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Kim. Good night.